I want to talk a little bit today about significance. I am going to post up following this just a tiny little thing about significance. I'm going to read you a story. Before that, I want to just talk about how few people I really come across that get and understand and live through their significance. It feels like there's an epidemic of insecure people, of people who are driven more through fear than they are through confidence. It's actually far easier, it would seem, to criticise ourselves and to criticise each other before we actually look for the positives and the successes and the significance. It concerns me, it upsets me. I have spent several years now really working on my significance. Growing up in a very out family, I felt significant and I had no problems with my confidence. But as you grow older and you go into the teenage years and you have all sorts of experiences and then you start to reflect on things in different ways and your worldview changes, significance is impacted. And there were times in my life, and there have been times in my life, where I have been deeply insecure, just like all of us. But overall, I have a fighting spirit within me and something that just tells me I am significant. And I've wanted to really look at the whole issue within myself. I've wanted to knock on the head the insignificant parrot that sits on my shoulder at times. I've looked at when I feel insignificant and why. I want to just talk about what is within us. And what are we capable of? Knowing you're significant, I guess, begins when we're children, when we're very, very young. In our families, did our parents give us that grounding? Did they speak over us those words of affirmation? Did they encourage us in ways that made us feel our power and connect to our importance? The environment around us has a massive part to play. The school choices that we went to, the teachers that we had, they all play a part. But ultimately, it starts with yourself. And do we actually self-care enough in order for us to connect with that significance? Do we listen to the positives that people place upon us and really let them go in through the ears and into the heart? I wonder if we can deepen our significance and our connection to ourselves if we loved ourselves more and if we gave ourselves more self-care. There was an incredibly inspiring woman who I saw on Facebook through another site called Allure. Lizzie Marshall, I think her name was. She was an incredible inspiration. You've probably come across her because she was all across the media a few months ago. She was labelled as the ugliest woman in the world. Ringing any bells? It's one of those things where you just can't help but look. Let's just look at that. It feeds something in us. So I took a look and I listened to a speech that she gave about her own significance. This is a woman who knows that she is significant and valued and valuable. That, in my heart and my head, creates such a beauty around that woman that I don't really care what she physically looks like. It makes no difference because she radiates beauty, significance. I wonder sometimes when we look at, say, the Olympics, do we look at the Olympics and the people that have got the medals and they're standing there and they're telling us a bit of their story and they're showing that commitment and that drive and that passion? Do we actually look at that and say to ourselves, I could do that. That could be me. I'm really good at this. I'm going to take it to the next level. Or do we look at them and admire them and respect them and applaud them, but actually we don't believe that could ever be us? That's great for them, but I'm no good at anything. I'm not sporty. I'm not good at a musical instrument. I haven't got the brains for business. Often I hear the ability to connect with someone else's story and praise them, but the inability to celebrate our own. Where's the bridge? Why isn't it there? Who is it that is speaking over you? Or where are those messages coming from? I'm a huge believer that our culture is quite harsh in terms of feeding us messages of our inferiority, of you're no good. But more and more and more, as you choose to hear it, our culture is brilliant at celebrating people. It just isn't yet that balanced. It isn't as loud as the negativity. We all jump on the criticising Trump banner or the latest Prime Minister, is crap, because there's always a flip side. As Lizzie Marshall talks in her blog, there is always a bright side. Do we seek out that bright side for others and ourselves? I'm sure that if we connect with our own significance, the more we connect with our own significance, the more we will see others as significant. The ripple effect of that is incredible. I dream about that ripple effect. I know it's possible. I can only do what I can do within my sphere. Starts with me. I know I am significant. Bang! The second you speak that out and you start to believe it and you start to live like that, all sorts of things will come in to pull that back. It's like the universe doesn't want you to be free of it. You're no longer captive. You're running around loose and powerful. Let's claw her back. There is always these things at work and at play. We need to recognise that and therefore come back fighting. So when we stamp that in the ground, that we are significant, watch out for the things that are going to come just to pull you back. And for goodness sake, don't let them. Don't worry about what you look like. Don't worry about how you came across. Stop questioning whether your essay was good enough, etc., etc., etc. The world will react to you as it does. You can only be responsible for your reaction to it. You are significant. Start believing that and then start watching what happens around you as you know and believe that others are significant too. The power is magnetic.